Nope. We good? Okay. So, yes?
Okay, teacher. About the music, I tell you that I sometimes use this, especially, for example, when I want to learn new vocabulary. I have used songs from I forget the name. Oh, I forgot. So it's easy because if they buy or enjoy with a special kind of music, so I can realize that I can get new words, new expressions to understand vocabulary, especially. Okay, I consider it's a good tool to wake up the interest, especially learning the vocabulary using the lyrics of the songs. I consider it's a good tool. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Yes, so songs can be very useful in terms of vocabulary. It's very important also to be very careful in the selection of the songs.
Yeah.
Some songs have very strong
Yeah.
vocabulary, yes, or very a
Teacher, I
lot of
remember
slang.
the name of the singer is Tracy Chapman. Have you
Tracy
heard
Chapman.
him?
Yes,
Tracy
yes,
Chapman. Yeah, it's a great. So in the other class, for example, we learn vocabulary situation. For example, love, because in his song it speaks about this love, forgive, miss. So with these words, I know the students can at the end make sentences in a value.
yeah.
Tracy Chapman is the singer.
Yeah, right. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
some singers like that one. It's are very like good because they have really like very slow melody and the
Yeah,
structures are very simple. Yes, but sometimes
it's simple.
we need to be careful in that because sometimes some songs have very difficult vocabulary, very difficult structures that it's more like the time that you spend explaining some other stuff than the one that you want to apply from the song. Yes, you know what I mean? So sometimes we need to be careful exactly choosing the right song that is going to be an example of the thing that we're explaining and not like getting like loaded with a lot of expressions, slang, yes, that we need to explain in the moment, but it's not necessary for the topic, yes. So that's very
Yeah,
important to check the song beforehand and check that every structure is something that they already know, that is easy to understand, that the vocabulary is not very strong or it has like normal vocabulary, etc., etc. So be careful with that. Jacqueline has another question. The monitors in class. Some people actually in problem number 2, they said that these kids that were like problematic, they became the monitors. So I think it's very important to have that person that helps you, yes, during the classes, and is like also very careful with their students. Sometimes when you give that position to a student, he actually helps you, yes, but it needs to be something very careful. You need to choose your monitor very carefully, yes, because sometimes I don't know if it have happened to you, but sometimes they get really bossy, yes, with their partners. So they actually take their job very seriously, and they became really like angry with their partners, and then you create an atmosphere that is not very nice for the monitor. So I suggest to have them, yes, but to make sure they have specific roles, that is not load them with extra work because they are your help, but they don't have to do like a lot of things, and just to be helpful inside the class with some specific things that is not like loading them with work, but is helpful for you and for their partners, but not to give them a lot of authority, because sometimes that creates a problem with everyone. And Nubia says, yes, exactly, yes. we have to take into account students' interest and likes in the songs. Yes, some song that they actually like some song that they actually heard. You can actually make like a poll. Yes, or say beforehand saying, okay, we have these 3 songs for next class, and the songs that wins the most votes is the ones that is the one that we're going to work next class. Yes, so they feel actually involved in the choosing process. Yes, entonces that is also very so sorry entonces so that's very important, like if you can choose 3 songs and like ask them to make like up to both for them, that could work. Yes, so they feel involved in the class. And the leaders, yes, I was telling you about the leaders. The leaders are very important, but just make sure you tell them exactly what they have to do. Yes, what is their position inside the class, what do they help you with. Yes, and not load them with work. Sometimes we load them with a lot of work, and sometimes they have attitudes that are similar to the ones that we have, but they don't have that ability because they're still students. So it's something that we need to balance inside the class. Does anyone have a different strategy for one of the problems? Exactly, Jesus has a really nice point, which is
Teacher.
yes.
Teacher, I consider leaders are a good strategy, especially when in a class there are many lazy students, so they can give them a hand. Do you understand me? So in this occasion, opportunities, I consider leaders are a great strategy or support to them, especially with the lazy boys, lazy girls. So maybe they can't explain, or in another words, explain the topic that the teacher taught in a class, maybe because they can have more confidence. So I consider it's good, okay?
Okay, thank you. Yes, it's very important for some students to get the information in different forms, and not only for students, for all of us. Sometimes we listen to a person, we think and we don't understand that person, but then some other person explains that to us and it becomes clearer. Yes, because we have different strategies, the other person has different strategies to explain. So if
Yeah,
a leader can help
and
you
especially,
explaining, yes,
yeah,
that would be really nice, because it is a different point of view from the one that you have, and it comes from a different position, so it becomes less hard for the student to understand or to acquire the information from different sources, not only you but also a leader. And Jesus mentioned that we should help students enjoy our classes, but also we can enjoy them. Exactly, yes. One of the most important things here is to enjoy the classes. Yes. So if we stop doing that, then our attitude becomes really bad in class, and they can actually sense it. Yes, so if you come with a good attitude and enjoy the class, they will enjoy it because you actually, your attitude says that. But if you don't enjoy the class and you're stressed, they know it. Yes, or if you're in a bad mood, they know it. People, kids exactly, and teenagers sense that really fast. Yes, and they know you a lot, so they know your faces, they know your smirks, they know everything about you because they see you every day. So if you come with some like baggage from something from your house, etc., it shows. So it's better just to forget about everything, enjoy your class, not only for them but for you. Anybody else has something to say?
Teacher, hello.
Hi.
Did you listen to me?
Yes.
Hi. Hello.
Hello, I'm listening.
Okay, teacher. I have one. Okay, I have one strategy that I apply in the high school with the project-based learning methodology. And this is very useful because all the students try to develop an specific roles in a group, and they try to find different kind of solutions to a problem that they can find in the context. This is very practical in order to provide the students the opportunity to practice not only English, but also all the knowledge that they acquire in the other subjects, if this is a transversal project. And they try the opportunity to develop a role as tourist guides here in the city, and try to show to the foreigner people, talking about the different kind of history of the tourist places and here in the city. And this is a good way that the students acquire a real role in order to practice the language, and try to put in practice in a real way the different knowledge acquiring the subjects, and try to solve the problems for the community that they have here inside. It is a very useful methodology, because that is not only with this kind of project, and each period, a scholar period, we develop different kind of things. For example, in this opportunity, we develop with the modal verbs, with should and the different illnesses, and they develop in this period a book with medicinal plants, and they try to show the others and try to make a presentation with this, and create a short book and the presentation of the medicine with the plants. That is so useful, the methodology, and I want to share this in order to say you that it is important to motivate them, as the other said, and the students have an active role in the teaching and learning process, everybody said, and in the other interviews that that we have. Okay, this is my participation.
Thank you. Okay, so that's a very nice project, and as I would tell you, is to bring reality to the classroom. Yes, so they actually had something that they do in real life. Yes, which is very striking for a student, because sometimes they think that this is not going to work for anything, or what are they doing English for what? So if you give them that your partner is saying, to give them that specific role and say, okay, this is what you can do, that's going to make a huge difference. Yes, to make them use English real, like in their life. Yes, and not
Yeah.
only for them but for other people, to help them. Yes, to help other people with English. That's very important and very good.
Okay,
Okay,
teacher.
thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
So Nubia was saying something that actually I was going to highlight, and is to when we were talking about the leaders of the group, is to not to give them the role of discipline. That's your role, because if you give them that, then you lose authority. Yes, and you create problems between the leader and their partners. So sometimes, I don't know, as I don't know if that happened to you, but sometimes they start like really resenting the leader. Yes, which is not the idea. The idea is that the leader is a person that helps, and not a person that yells. Yes, so very important. And also Novia says that we can do many things. Yes, as this is very important, because we as English teachers have the ability to do a lot of things. Yes, sometimes our subject is not like really straightforward. Yes, like other subjects. Our subject is alive. Yes, so we can act like a language. Every language is alive, so we can actually do a lot of things, a lot of projects. We can use many tools. We can get them out of the classroom. That is something that it comes exactly in the creativity of the teacher. Yes, we can do a lot of things with our subject. It is very, very important, because English is alive, and every language is alive, and it continues growing as the time comes by. It doesn't. It's something that continues living. So if we actually work with a lot of, with our students, we can improve their level in many different ways. Yes. So that's very important. Yes, to find strategies. I think that is something that we can actually do, and as far as I saw, the videos were really good at it. Yes, because I saw some very, very nice strategies, some very creative strategies taking in place in those videos. And I see that you have a lot of creativity, imagination, and that you actually like what you do, which is very important. Yes. When we like what we do, we want to transform our students, and I think that's our main job. Yes. Even sometimes I see that sometimes we don't get through, yes, the topics, yes, but at least you change a person perspective towards English. That's something very more satisfying than to teach a bunch of topics. Yes, is if you actually change that attitude towards the language, that's far more important. Yes, because you're changing someone's life. Yes, and it's far more important than to get, sometimes we need to get through 10 topics. Yes, but what's the point if they don't like it? Yes, if they're not going to work with it. So that's important. Learning to project per term, yeah, learning through projects is very, very nice, and it's a very nice it's something that allows you, as the other teacher said, it allows you to bring different areas into one specific thing. Yes, so to bring area from, for example, another teachers, to bring topics from another from another subject to your subject. That's very important, and that's what projects are about. Projects need a lot of material from other subjects. Frances, a recipe, exactly, yes. So as you can see, with English we can do many things. Yes, the recipe class is something that is very motivating. Yes, and they love it, and they actually love it. I see that every time I do that kind of class, they really like it. Not only because they eat, but because they actually like learn different things like verbs, measures, etc., etc., and they have fun with it. Yes, when they present a recipe, they have fun, they eat. Yes, and they became really, really motivated when they do something like that. So that's and something that we always do. That's like something that can go wrong. The recipe class is something that it works for every class, for every person. Everybody loves food, so it's perfect for adults, for teenagers, for kids, for everyone.
Lorena,
Yep.
I want to tell you that I shared my video with my students, and it was very interesting because now they are doing their own uh, top 5. We were studying models, and they are creating their own top 5 about the way they have to behave in some places. So it was very interesting. I showed this exactly the same video I sent to you to them, and they are now creating their own videos.
Thank you, Blanca. That's very nice. So exactly, you show them an example of what they can do. Yes. Hey, look, this is what I can do. What can you do? So they go video. I mean, they love videos. Yes. Now with a lot of Instagram stuff, they absolutely love everything that has to do with videos, pictures. Yes. So they actually enjoy the activity. And I bet they are trying to do their best in that activity. They're trying to make their videos really nice. Yes, as exactly as you did. Yes, so I told them, do a video. That's all I said. Yes, and some people create really, really nice videos. Yes, when they show pictures, they show signs. Some people went into the classroom, asked the students. Some people were really technical, yes, or technological, so they design a lot of editing tools. Some people use Powtoon. So you see, I only said one instruction and I got tons of different things. That's exactly what we do in class. We give one small instruction and we can get a lot of things if you leave them be themselves. Yes, just be creative, hand me this, and they will actually, if they really like it, if they're motivated, they will do a lot of things that they might actually surprise you. Exactly. Here we have, Ricardo says, the news channels. Yes. Exactly, every activity that has to do with real life. Yes, or something that they see in Spanish normally, like a cooking show, news channel. Yes, a music fest, something that they see normally in Spanish, but that they actually can do it in English is very motivating for them. Something that they like is very motivating. Um, and does anybody else want to share something?
Or for example, if you speak about the context, for example, here I live to the border and we have to speak in English a lot of about the many tourist places, Las Lajas Sanctuary. I suppose, have you heard about that?
Yep.
Kumban Lake and many tourist places. So the students can explain here a lot of with English.
Yeah, exactly. And so they also it is our subject can be like contextualized differently according
Yeah.
to the kids you're teaching. Yes, for example, if I'm here in Bogota, then I start uh, talking about things in Bogota. Yes, so but you can actually work with many contexts. Yes, I told them, for example, festivals around the world, as Monica said. Yes, so, okay, let's find out about a festival and then you explain back to me and bring something, yes, create something, a product, yes, of that festival. So always it's important to base your projects in a form of presenting them, yes, a product is which is what they produce in that project
Okay.
and presenting that product. Yes, so the project is always a process that has different like steps, but it produces something. Yes, and that is what they present. They present their product, but when they present their product, they have to present what was the process behind it. Yes, that is the way you present a project. Okay, this is my okay, I don't know, my product. Yes, this is what the teacher asked, but behind that product we have a whole process, and that's what they explain when they present it. Okay, this is what we did first, then this, and it shows a process.
Yeah.
That's why the project or project-based learning, it is a process, because every class you're putting something to that project. Yes, you're adding something, and at the end the product is something very big. Yes, that needs to be explained step by step. Yes, so that is what projects are about.
Teacher, I have
Yes.
Teacher, I tell you this, I have a video where the students speak about all the process preparation for the real dish here in Nariño as the guinea pig. So imagine that. They explain all the process when the people grew up the guinea pigs, feed the guinea pigs, at the end, the preparation, when they burned, and at the end they served. And at the end of the video, we shared a little part of the guinea pig from the invitators. It's a funny and great video.
Yeah, nice. That's very nice. Yes, because
Yeah.
it's something that is very weird for even for us Colombians. It's very strange. Yes, so I can imagine it's like it would be very fun, like, to do it, because for some people
Yeah.
that's normal life. Yes, but for other people that's very like strange.
Yeah.
So it's very important to see how they see it.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah.
Um.
It depends of the culture, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. It depends of the culture
It's
and
our
even.
culture, obviously.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the festivals around the world. Yeah, okay. Does anybody else have a different comment or a different strategy that you had applied that it worked?
Good evening.
Hi.
Hi, teacher. Good evening. I'm so sorry because I can't use the video for the task, because we have a lot of problems with the technology in the school.
Okay.
We don't have computers. We don't have anything, and it's too difficult to work. But I used realia, some objects, something around us, objects of the class, um, that they can bring for the class, but the technology is difficult to use, and the students are poor people, low levels. It's in a difficult context, social context. It's so difficult. I have 45 students in a class, small classroom. It's so difficult to work, but in the first levels, like 6th grade and 7th grade, it's a basic English. From primary or elementary school, they don't learn nothing. The teachers of this grade start with principal, with the basic levels, in order I teach basic vocabulary, colors, forms, something like that.
Yes. Yes, so,
Greetings.
sometimes it's very
Mhm.
difficult according to the context, yes, but we
Yeah.
can actually like apply, adapt the strategies to our
Yes.
context, yes. So it's a term, it's a,
Uh-huh.
something to
Yes.
adapt them.
Um, for example, I work in pairs, work in groups, but the behavior of my students is hard. It's so hard.
I know,
But
of all of
mhm,
of all of the students, don't worry.
But
It's a
yeah,
problem that we all have.
yeah. But I want to say you or to tell you many things. I learned a lot with with this course. Share with another teachers. It's a good experience. It's a good experience in order to improve my English. I don't
Yeah.
have the opportunity to practice my English, because in the school there isn't any more. There isn't teachers in order to speak English, in order to practice.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
So yeah,
But
these are very nice opportunities.
uh-huh,
You can, you can actually join another one.
yeah.
Not it doesn't have to be like with us with the, but you see in Future Learn that you don't need nobody to sign you in. Yes, you can actually work in different
Hmm.
courses there, and you're not going to have this part, yes, at modo, but you can actually interact with a lot of teachers there in Future Learn, and you can actually take more MOOCs.
Yes.
Yes, you're
Uh-huh.
not going to have
Yes.
this part, but you're going to have the other part, yes, which is the information. So that's
Mm-hmm.
something that you can actually work or do, and that was like activity 3, yes, to see are you going to do with, from now on, what can you work, what can you do to improve your English, what can you do to join more courses in Future Learn, or if you want to explore another platform, yes. So that was activity 3, yes, to see what can you do about this, yes, or what can you do to improve your teacher practices. Here, Tech Talks is very nice for high school students. You can also go to YouTube. You can do them yourself first and then apply them to your students. So everything that we learn, we can actually give them back to our students. So that's very important. And these type of courses, and as I tell you, not only this one, but you can actually continue your path in Future Learn. And Future Learn closes sometimes for these courses, but you can actually join right now. You can see which one is going to be another MOOC. Okay, let's join it, let's do it. Yes, as I told you, you're not going to have this Edmodo part, because we cannot have that every time, but you can actually do yourself learning there. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I know we're taking too long, I'm sorry. Here, as I was telling you, activity 3 is as a reflection. So our feedback is going to be very personal. So I'm not going to do a general feedback about that one because it's very personal. The grading process for this week, which I'm going to grade right now, I'm going to continue grading. If you haven't hand in any activity, please do it this week. Is the last space that you have. If you hadn't handed in one activity, please hand it in this week. Yes. You need, in order to pass or in order to get the certificate, you need to have 3 activities out of 4. Yes. We have tareas preliminares, which is to have your perfil complete, yes, with your picture and everything, and to submit Red de Apoyo. Red de Apoyo only to submit it. It's not going to be graded because it's very personal. Only submit it. So if you have your perfil and Red de Apoyo, you do have one thing on. Actividad integradora 1, 2, y 3. If you have 3 out of 4, then I can give you, or I can certify you. Okay? Wait. Are we taking another course? If you want, you can take another course in Edmodo, in Future Learn. Right here in Edmodo, we're not taking, this is the one that you get the certificate from. Yes, I will send information about the certification later in the week, because we still don't have that information because I'm still grading. Yes, so as I told you, I will give you information about a specific the certificate after this week. Okay, don't worry. If you have to leave, please feel free, because I have to leave too. So don't worry. I'm gonna finish really quick. So just that. So be careful. I will actually send you the people that are going to get the certificate. At least, yes, I'm going to say, okay, you're going to get the certificate and the process. I'm going to send you that later on the week, because I'm still grading Actividad 3. So don't worry. This week, we're still going on Edmodo. So if you have questions, if you have to present an activity, we're still working on Edmodo this week. So don't worry, okay? I'm going to be there this week, and I will to give you more information about certifications later this week, okay? That's it. Does anybody have any more questions? I'm going to stop here. Any more questions? We good? Okay. So we're gonna finish right now, because I think a lot of people need to do something else. And I'm sorry for keeping you so long. And I will give you more information in Edmodo about certification process. Please, if you haven't done more activities, please do them this week, okay? And I'll see you later on. I hope you enjoyed the course, and I hope you enjoyed a lot of things and these type of sessions, and we will see you. I think I'm going to do one more session to say bye to everyone and to give you more information about the certification process, or I will send you messages. We will see if you can do one more, okay? Okay. See, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I took you so long. Bye, guys. See you around, okay? I'll make sure I'll do another one, okay? Or give you information about the certification process. Bye. Have a nice night, guys. Bye.